Hey everyone, welcome back to theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Absolutely the best place on the internet for clinical trials content and information.
I agree.
Today we're actually answering a couple questions we get regarding ethics and compensation and should study participants get paid, and then how much is too much, or should they do it just for the money? Are there people out there who do it just for the money? Are there people out there who do clinical trials for other purposes than receiving money? So we're just going to kind of just talk about that a little bit for a couple minutes here. What do you think, Don?
Well, there's a lot of different ways to look at it, and some of my perspective is based on past experience in dealing with clients out there, people that need money. I think that's had an impact on how I see this whole thing. I know I went to an ethics class years ago, and there was a lot of clinicians there and a lot of people from the industry, and there was an expert on the ethics of paying someone who's in a clinical study, and no one could come up with any really conclusive yes or no. And I guess the final outcome is what's the benefit for the person. If it's a healthy, normal study, the only thing they can really benefit from is helping another human being find a better medication and also earn some money.
Yeah, I haven't met one person who does healthy, normal studies, which are the phase 1 trials, for any reason other than money.
Exactly.
I mean, really haven't. You won't find even the people we've interviewed off camera. They all do it for the money when it comes to these phase 1 healthy volunteers, because there is no other benefit.
Exactly. I mean, I've seen out of work entertainers, college students looking to raise tuition, people who do it as a living, and they're willing to go in and out and go through these studies and help generate the data needed to move to the next phase of these studies.
Now things get interesting. Speaking of next phase, when you get to the next phase,
Right?
right?
Yeah.
So, like in a phase 2, let's just take a diabetes study as an example.
Right.
There are benefits because the people joining are not healthy. They're the people who actually can benefit from the treatment or the proposed treatment.
Right.
So they may be joining the study because nothing else works for them. What are some other reasons?
Well, and again, and because nothing else is working, again, to help someone else that may have diabetes and for the money. It came down, again, is that if it's an early phase study and they can benefit also from the medication, the compensation will not be as high as it is for a healthy normal study.
Right.
But on the other end, it is a little bit higher than what it would be for a later phase study. There's a concern that you have to pay people's time, you have to pay for their transportation if it's an outpatient study. Time is money. Let's just face the fact, and there are people out there that qualify for the study. They have the illness, and they're looking for the money. Is that wrong? If I'm in their situation, I'd say no. If I needed, if I didn't have any money to pay my mortgage and my rent coming up, and I saw a study that I could try to qualify for, and I got in because I qualified. Personally, I don't think that's wrong. And as long as you, as the investigational site, are not advertising your study based on income only, that's the issue.
Yeah, and then even when you get to the phase 3 studies where the drugs are a little more understood, the side effects are a little more understood, the compensation becomes slightly less. They're outpatient trials, so I mean, we're talking about maybe $50 each time you come into the clinic.
Right.
For some people, that's a lot of money. For others, they're doing it for other reasons.
Yeah. If I'm on a fixed income and let's say I'm getting, $800 a month, $600 is going to rent. I've got another $100 going to food. That leaves me $100 for the month, and if I can pick up an extra, $100 to $50 per month, yes, that's good for my pocket. It's good for me to increase my lifestyle. At the same time, find out if this new medication is working for me, and provide that data for the pharmaceutical company. So it can be a win-win situation, but as an investigational site, we are the ones that have to be careful. Are we enticing the people to come in based on the financing or the finances, or money, or are they coming in because they want to earn some money? We
Yeah.
just have to make sure they qualify, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
And there are some studies where there is no compensation, like oncology,
Exactly.
cancer. Actually, you may have to pay out of pocket for some procedures
Mm-hmm.
if your insurance doesn't cover it. So the first thing people usually think about when they think of clinical trials after the guinea pig thing is, money, people doing it for money.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not always the case. It's actually rare in some therapeutic indications, again, like cancer, that people would do it for the money. Yeah, HIV,
Yeah.
things like that. So, and even the pain studies. We're doing some pain studies.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people just want to find relief from the pain, and they
Right.
want to try something new.
So it all depends on the illness that they're dealing with, and how they're being affected by that illness.
Right. So hopefully this helps kind of open the discussion up a little bit. There's really no right or wrong answer. It just that's the way it is, I guess.
Absolutely.
This is Don and Dan signing off from theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Thanks a lot.